A woman gave birth to 99 children at once, only be treated like a monster by her father, but the stepmother is jealous of her. A wealthy CEO falls in love with an 80-year-old woman with a brain atrophy. A female doctor accidentally went into a basement ward and has 4 basement husbands who are madly in love with her and try everything to win her over. A wealthy young master has an affair with a cleaning lady and discovers she is his biological father's mistress. If you only read these mini dramas titles, you would think it's a sick joke. But no, these are new Chinese short films where the directors dare to write and the actors dare to perform. Aww. Having climbed to the top of viewership charts, racking up millions, even tens of millions of views in a very short time with their amazing storylines, Chinese short films are now entering a much more worrying dark phase, directly touching upon the boundaries of morality, traditional customs, and even the loss of humanity. I genuinely love Chinese dramas, but a lot of these mini dramas, don't you think they're so wrong? Let's see some of the dramas.
Until they got the divorce papers, the husband still thought his wife was just mad. He even told her to reflect and come back to remarry him. But the next day after getting the papers, she rushed to marry a man 10 years younger than her. The girl was shocked to find that the boy she bullied every day in school had become a billionaire. Just when she wanted to go up and say hello, an out-of-control car drove towards her at high speed. When the girl opened her eyes again, she was back in school. Huh?
Have these short dramas reached your country yet? If not, they will. And when they do, they're almost impossible to escape. Once you start watching, it's hard to stop. Because China didn't just create short dramas, they built an industry called a professional emotional trap. These shows aren't just normal storytelling, they're fast food for your feelings. Cheap, unhealthy, but addictive. Bad for you? You know it's bad for you and somehow you still want another bite. So today we're talking about what's going on behind this global phenomenon. Short-form dramas really started taking off around 2018 in China. They became especially popular with young people and they've been growing fast ever since. Each episode is usually 60 to 90 seconds long, and quietly these shows have turned into one of the most consumed types of entertainment in China. Short drama industry reached 50.4 billion yuan in 2024, surpassing box office revenue for the first time ever. So basically, the number tells us that short-form content is doing better than long-form one. It's a freaking huge industry. Because it's been so successful, it's now spreading everywhere, across other Asian countries, into Western countries, and even starting to reach the Middle East. Just like the way TikTok took over the world's entertainment, now it's short-form drama's turn. Game over for all of us. Think of it this way, unlike the traditional films, instead of 300 chapters, you get 30 seconds of peak drama within 7 days, like an instant noodle. So no quality required, no expensive settings, no professional actors. Now, as long as you look good, look pale and skinny to fit in Chinese beauty standards, know how to stare into the camera, and can shout a few lines, congrats, you can show up in a drama. And to be fair, it's a good thing, right? It creates jobs for many people. More than 1.3 million production jobs. They're filmed vertically, so they fit perfectly on your phone. You can watch anywhere, on the bus, in the bed, in the loo. Free? No. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You know that saying? So you watch maybe the first 10 to 15 episodes for free. They're very dramatic and intense. Not very logical though. You understand if you watch one. They always end on a cliffhanger. And by the time you get to the very juicy part, then you have to pay to see what will happen next. You're afraid to waste the time you already invested, so you pay. That's how producers make money. It's about psychology. Short dramas trigger dopamine stimulation, manipulation, quick satisfaction, not value. So each cliffhanger promises emotional payoff, and your brain keeps falling for the trap. When quantity over quality, since 2018, so it's been out like for at least 7 years, the producers must raise the level of intent to keep people watching. Some are pushing moral boundaries and exploiting children, the elderly, and the sick, just to attract views and advertising revenue. Recently, a series of images from a premiere of a short film unexpectedly went viral on social media. A CEO falls in love with an elderly woman suffering from microcephaly. For the sake of views, the actress Xin Yun shared a behind-the-scenes video showing a baby, not even a year old, being filmed under artificial rain for hours. Instead of using a prop, the crew kept the real child in the scene to avoid delays, even as the baby cried from the cold and fear, which shocked many people. Xin Yun later spoke out, saying that more scripts are now putting women and children in harmful situations because it easily triggers sympathy and outrage from viewers. So another ridiculous series recently went viral, mostly for outrage, not praise. The title itself is wide and ridiculously long, forcing the lucky crab to marry the living king of hell, leaving the prime minister's mansion completely devoid of fortune. Wow. It's an 80-episode series, and viewers were furious at how it treated children like adults. The main character is a 7-year-old girl who, according to the story, gives birth at just 15. During filming, the production included inappropriate scenes, some sensitive moments and adult moments between the child actress Liu Xingjian, only 11 in real life, and her 28-year-old male co-star. When the series came out, it was immediately criticized for crossing the moral lines and failing to protect the minors. The authorities quickly removed the show and launched an investigation into the production team, as well as the child's guardian who signed off on her participation. If violations are confirmed, those responsible people are likely facing serious penalties. Do you know when it comes dark? Microdramas at their worst push toxic messages about love, giving you an instant glow-up illusion and leaving you with messed up ideas about love, power, and respect. A lot of these dramas don't just show chaos, they romanticize unhealthy behavior. And if you're young, lonely, stressed, or just scrolling late at night, your brain is soaking the vibes and creating a fantasy.
这三个，秋山哥，不对啊，秋山哥，不对啊。
And you know what? It needs to stop. Recently, China decided to stop the love fantasy. The State Administration of Radio, Film, and Television of China has been tightening control over short films, especially the scripts
that exploit the CEO trope.
These dramas create unrealistic, superhero-like characters who are detached from real life. And the restrictions now extend to early romances, one-night stands, and other content deemed inappropriate for sex education. Because the government runs the numbers, birth rates are hitting historic lows. Chinese girls aren't marrying regular guys anymore. They're holding out for billionaire saviors with tragic pasts and private jets. So yeah, China is literally banning the rich guy dramas to boost their birth rate. New guidelines even require guardians for children in short films to ensure their physical and psychological safety and prevent emotional harm or overwork. On paper, these regulations are clear and necessary, but in reality, the fast-paced short film industry often ignores them. Production cycles are short, costs are squeezed, and competition for views is fierce. When views and speed become the only metrics, ethics and safety get ignored. So the core issue isn't the number of regulations, it's whether the market will stop rewarding the irrational and extreme content. If platforms still reward shocking content, producers take the risk, and actors accept the roles, and parents still sign the contracts. Viewers may criticize it, but they still watch. That's why cleaning up this mess is incredibly difficult, no matter how strict the censorship is. And if you don't know, the censorship for these mini dramas are not as strict as the long dramas. And I need to remind you that it's not just a China thing anymore. These mini dramas are very popular in the world. Sometimes they don't even remake it, they just re-upload it and slap a new voiceover on top.
Thi Tử Kiếm, đây là kiếm của Thiên Tôn Đệ Hạ.
The monthly subscription is 20,000 VND, basically less than $1 per month. If you're in the West, you know Westerners are getting pulled into it. You can find many websites that provide these mini dramas with very ridiculous stories.
Say it! Say you will say!
I'd rather die!
3 years up. It's time to get divorced.
You think I came back just to sign the divorce?
You're dying to marry my brother.
Came back because Stella.
Aren't you two the picture perfect couple?
You said I'm a sex addict? How much?
Fucking disgust me!
So I need to know, have you ever clicked on one of these micro dramas just cause you're curious, then got trapped and consumed them for hours? Comment on the most ridiculous drama you've seen. I say it's kinda addictive. Recommend me some good ones if you know, please. Do you think this is just a harmless guilty pleasure, or is it genuinely messing with people's standards for relationships and reality?